I've spent $16,895 on Whiteout Survival in 116 days, and today we have the start of the Easter event. It's called Radiant Melody. It's clearly an Easter event. I'm going to do this a little backwards though, because I'm going to do some spending and explain how I'm going to play this game and kind of like of the mathematical reason of why I'm choosing the approach I am. I'm going to go through and dissect that actually. This is going to be a little long video tonight, and a lot of you like that, so I hope you're in for it because that's what I'm all about tonight. I'm going to cover it all. So I'm going to do this a little bit backwards tonight because I want to do the spending less. So the Tundra, you already know I'm doing Alliance Showdown. I'm not going to focus on that. You're just going to run those missions as best I can, saving for state versus state prep. So that's, you know, if we go through Alliance Showdown, today is like pet training day. I can't do any of that. I'm just going to run my trucks. I'm going to do the gathering I can do, use some gems because that's part of the event, and that's it. You know, here's where I'm at on the leaderboard, doing what I can, you know, and I haven't even placed any points for today yet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm visiting this alliance. I'm trying to help them out a little bit. We're not doing all that great in the previous phases. We didn't win, but we'll see. Maybe we'll catch up on one of these other phases. Tundra trade route, same thing. I sent my trucks out. There's something that's brewing a controversy in my comments, by the way. I understand the way this game works, but I mean, it's widely shared that you don't want to send your trucks out right away. In my case, I think I'm one of the bigger whales in the pool because I've been able to send my trucks out right away and I haven't been hit once. I mean, they tried, but they can't beat me. So I'm sending my trucks out. I don't care. If there's another whale out there that can beat me, then let's see, because I haven't seen it yet. So it's happened before though. I've had the whales beat me before. When that happens, when I see there's a bigger whale out there who hits me, what I've done is you just wait a little bit, because what tends to happen is a lot of people are in line for the reset and then they go send their trucks out. They go looking for somebody to hit and they're done for the night. And that's what I do if I can, because it's like, why bother, right? I don't want to go hunting all day. So I just do my hits, get my points, get my rewards, and I'm done. So if you kind of wait, at least what you're doing is you're reducing the pool. You're reducing the chances that somebody more powerful than you is going to hit you. It is a luck game to a lot of degree, you know, but by doing that, you kind of like reduce the number of chances that somebody's going to hit you if they've already used up all their hits. So that's the reason why I do that. And I would suggest you do it too, is if you're not the biggest whale or if you find yourself in that same situation. Vision of Dawn will hunt down, you know. I've already done a bunch of these, so I'll just continue to do the Vision of Dawn quests every day, so that's nothing special. And the same with Gina. Like, even though I have Gina maxed, every time this event comes out, I'll do my 10 rallies just so I can get those extra shards so I can trade them in later. That's what that's all about. So that's what we have for the events. Now, like I said, I'm going to do this a little backwards, where I'm going to play some stuff first. And the thing is, I don't really want to do I don't want to waste a lot of time and content on the Labyrinth tonight, because this is pets and this is the glowstone mine is the chief charms. I haven't done any upgrades since the last time. I may have done some chief charm upgrades since the last time. Let me just check that out quick. So glowstone mine is the 50, 20, 30 usually. So we'll just see if I win, then it means maybe I haven't done this since the last time I upgraded. So let's just check it out quick. Yeah, see, so I don't want to waste a lot of time and content on this because it's nothing special. I haven't done any upgrades since last time playing it. So I'm basically just going to collect what I can, play around with the ratio, see if I can get anything. That's all I'm doing there. So that's that event. Then we have the Snowbusters event that's going on. And here, what I'm trying to do, I said I couldn't show you much yesterday. If you look at the reward progression, the reason I spent what I spent, and I know it's a 3-day event, but what I'm doing is I tried to do as much as I could in the first day, and now I'm up to 21. What I want to do is be able to push as far as I can and then wait for the fuel to reset, because I've got my, you know, fuel replenishment up there quite a bit, and now I can try to get the last couple levels, you know, at least if I get to area 23 and get this other, you know, piece, a decoration piece, that would be great. But that's where I'm at. I'm trying to get through 21. So what I usually do is when I come into one of the new levels, I'll use the rockets to kind of clear out these guys here. I'll use the rockets to clear out and then expand my area a little bit. But essentially what I'm going to do now is see if I can clear out some of the rest. I don't think I have any more. Yeah, there's a special piece there. So grab that and try to clear some more out. And when you get those, you want to make sure you use it, you know, as much as possible. Oh, Got stuck on a rock. So I'm trying to use it for all the dark blue. Use it as much as I can for the dark blue stuff. And now I don't have that bonus anymore. So get that rocket. And then another strategy that some people use, I try to use sometimes, is like when you clear out a bunch, then you can save the rockets for the end where you'll clear out some more of the blue stuff that is more costly fuel. So, whoops, I should not have done that, but since I did, I'll clear out some more of the... Get to this rocket here. I should go heal, but... Alright, so the idea would be to try to clear out as much as you can. And then, you know, of course, I'm probably going a little too long here because what you want to do in these higher levels is you want to bring these, this coal or whatever it's called, I think it's called coal, to upgrade the fire pit so that your burn rate is less. I probably went a little too long already. But that's essentially what you want to do. And since I bought so heavily into this, then it's... I'm running out of fuel. I do have fuel that I can replenish, but I'll hit a rocket here. And then at the later levels, you get the moose that you can also use for unlimited fuel as well. So that's what I'll do here. I'll just finish this out. As you can see, the areas get bigger and bigger, so it'll take a long time and a lot of fuel to clear out that area because it's a bigger area. And then, you know, claim my daily rewards for the fuel use, and that's how I'll play Snowbusters and, you know, try to get some more island pieces. So that's Snowbusters. Now let's get into the spending, and then I'll do the Easter section last. So mix and match I've already done. Pet chest, I already done what I wanted to do. The crafts charm pack, I will buy this for the first two just to keep that progression going up, because it's not all that great a value compared to other ways to get those, but you know, just for some of the VIP, I'll grab that. I'm still going to wait on this. I have 4 more days for this, so I'm going to wait on the gear, but I think I am going to end up buying that out. Grab the daily deals and grab my daily claims. And then, oh, I forgot to, let's see if I got lucky on that chest. Nope, no luck on the chest tonight. Now we'll take a look at the deals section, see what we got going on here. So I need to re-up my monthly intel card, so I'll grab this, and I'll grab this. And then make my claims. Clear those red dots. And the hero rally, make that claim. Sign in and earn it. Make that claim. Dead shot. Where are we with dead shot? Still only 4, so no dead shot tonight. All right, that's the deals section. So that now leaves us, let me clear this. Got to get rid of all the red dots. All right, that now leaves us with the Easter event. So let's dig into this. First things first, I'm going to go right to left, the top-up benefits. So the top-up benefits will ultimately end up giving us you know, little prizes along the way. But the big prize everyone wants is this march at the end. The Supersonic Bunny March. It's only a 5% hunting march speed, but it is a nice cosmetic to have for the account. I kind of like this one. You know, these little cutesy ones are not for me all the time, but that one's kind of nice. So I'll be able to come back around to this after the spending is done. And then the Snow Symphony. These work just like the other, I guess we call these puzzle rewards. Is you just, as you clear them out, when you clear out the rows and the columns, then you get the reward for that row and column. So I'll continue to progress on those as things go. The egg sighting fiesta is an event like we've seen from some of the other events of this nature, where you're going to get some, daily point targets, and you're going to have all these different stages. So, this is kind of like a King of Icefield, or, the same events that was like in the 30-year anniversary, that type of thing. So I'm going to have to take a look at what I want to use to try to get some points on the board, but I don't want to use too much because of saving for state versus state prep. So, I don't want to use shards and stuff like this, but I can use some epic recruitment maybe. I can do some troops. And as we go through, there is a day, I think it's the 5th day. So here's a day where we can use essence stones. And on that day, I'm going to show you the theory, or basically the whale strategy for saving, where I'm going to use 100 essence stones to unlock a pop-up pack, and then I'm going to get more essence stones than I used. So even though I'm going to use essence stones to put some points on the board here, I'm basically going to get more back than what I used. So therefore, it's a net gain for state versus state, and I don't feel guilty about it, essentially. So that's what we're going to do for the egg sighting fiesta. And by the way, because the rewards here, that's a stage reward, so total ranking rewards, to get that frame, all we got to be, just like in the 3rd-year anniversary and some of these other events, to get that name card, all we got to be is in the top 25. So I should not have a problem being in the top 25 for this, even if I'm not spending and trying to rank very high on it. And to me, like all the rest of the rewards, they're not all that great. I mean, sure, it'd be nice to get 100 or a 50 of the, mythic shards, but, it's not all that. It's not worth what I'd be losing to try to get them. So that's the egg sighting fiesta. Now the Radiant Bazaar, this is the prizes. So, I was trying to do a little math. It's hard to tell all the dynamics yet because I haven't played the game exactly. But if my math is working out right, it looks to be that depending on your luck and strategy, you're going to be right around the $300 mark to get this city skin, which is about similar to what other events of this nature do. So it may actually be a little bit less than $300 because that depends on your luck, really. But I don't know if I really care about this all that much, but let's see how the points go. I do want the island decoration, and of course the mithril is wherever you see mithril, is not a bad deal. So we'll see how the points end up if they're good to me or not. That's what we'll take a look at. And of course, I don't know, everybody yells at me when I don't get the emotes. So the emotes are unique and short-lived, so maybe we'll grab some of the emotes as well. And we'll take a look. I haven't done all the ratios on this yet. I'm going to take a look before I buy anything and see what is the value. Like, to some degree, mithril, the value doesn't even matter. Like, if it's in a shop, almost always you want it because it's so hard to get in any big quantity. But, I'm going to take a look at the charm designs and design plans, and probably even the fire crystals to see what the ratio is, and if it's actually worth buying. So, but that's next. All right, so the Radiant Gallery, we're going to unlock the double rewards here. And these extra rewards here. And then we'll grind the daily missions. I was going to say I did most of them, but I actually ended up doing all of them. I have an auto hunt on in the background, so I got all the beasts cleared. So we get double all those rewards, and we get a bunch of the chests for that. And then we'll also get all these rewards for the unlocking the plus-ups here. So that's the Radiant Gallery. Now the big one. Let's take a minute and study this one, shall we? Because this is a new event. I've studied it a little bit before I started recording, and I think I understand what's going on here, and I think I do know what my strategy is going to be. So let's take a look at what's going on here. First things first, I'm going to open up the details in a second, but look at this board, this game board. You have 25 pieces, but 50 numbers in the number pool. So a lot of people think, oh, well then you have a 50-50 chance at winning. Not true, because this is more like a game of bingo, and you have to get the right numbers in the right locations to unlock the prizes you want that are in, the column, the horizontal or vertical columns. They call these path rewards. So you have to get a path. Let me get my little pointer out here. So you have to unlock a path. This is called a path reward. This is a horizontal path reward, and that's the reward for that path. And then this is a vertical path reward, and you have to get all of the numbers in that path to unlock that path reward. Then you can go to the next round when you get 3 path rewards. And I think this is going to work like Mia, where you can choose. That's why the button is there. You can choose when to go to the next round if you want. But now let's take a look. So look, I got actually a pretty good, my goal here is to get the coins. Yes, the other things are nice, but my goal is to get these fantasy coins because that's what is the currency in that shop. So now let's take a look if you're kind of warming up to this, what's going on here. And by the way, this is the grand prize. So you're eligible to get the grand prize as soon as you get you unlock 3 path rewards. So when you get 3 horizontal or vertical path rewards, then you can unlock the grand prize. That's why it's got little segments there. And you can go to the next round if you choose to, I believe. That's the way that's going to work. Now let's take a look at the rules, all right? If we look at the rules carefully, I already said that you get 25 numbers from 1 to 50, but they're 1 to 50. You understand that it's got the Easter egg boxes and it's going to draw a random number. Each horizontal or vertical sequence earns a path reward. I explained that. Get 3 to get the grand prize. Now, here is the part of the dynamic I did not really realize until reading this. There are these matrix upgrades. There are 3 levels of matrices offering corresponding greater rewards. So you start off with the common matrix, and the default matrix gives you 2% chance of upgrading to a centennial matrix for each path reward obtained, stackable up to a maximum probability of 20%. So there's 5 rows and 5 columns, that's 10 in total, times 2 is 20, and that'll reset each round. But you get a 20% chance of, it says the default gives of upgrading itself for each path reward obtained. So that's the you want to try to max out. My strategy is going to be to actually play the entire board because your real goal is not to be on a common matrix all the time. I'll show you the rewards in a second. So then we get to if you upgrade to a centennial matrix, this offers a much better rewards with a 1.2% chance of upgrading itself into a millennial matrix for each path reward stackable up to 12%, resetting its round. The matrix will automatically revert to common matrix in the next round unless upgraded. So, if you get to a centennial matrix, then, 5 and 5 is 10 times 1.2 is 12% maximum chance of getting to a millennial matrix. And then the millennial matrix is like the grand prize of matrix because it's the highest level and has the best rewards. And when you get a millennial matrix, then it's automatically going to reset into a common matrix. So when I'm on a millennial matrix, I will stop and go to the next round as soon as I've unlocked all of the coin prizes, okay? So for the first 2 rounds, I'm going to max out the board. For the 3rd round, if I get to a millennial matrix, then I will stop as soon as I've unlocked all of the coin rewards on the paths rewards. And then the rest of these are just some details like after unlocking the grand prize, you'll need to tap to begin a new round. So, so that's interesting. So all that I explained, if it forces me to unlock, to change to the next round, then that strategy won't work. So we're gonna find out together here in a minute here. Because everybody playing this game, this is a new event, so we're all trying to learn what the rules are. I'm going to show you real time live here. So let's see, notes, each unused, okay, so you can't use the resources after the event, they're going to convert to garbage. Auto mode will be unlocked after 3 rounds. Auto mode allows you to open up 5 gift boxes in quick succession, or fewer if there are less than 5 unlit tiles, and it'll automatically avoid wasting them by drawing only for remaining numbers. This is a luck-based event and no guarantees. So if we look here, you could see what the prizes are, but I'll show you the reward rates. But if you see what's happening here, the Millennial Matrix has all these prizes. Look at that, 900, 760, 480, 250 coins. That's a lot of coins. And just look at all the things on here, like 24 custom hero, lucky hero gear chests and fire crystals and all that. Then the Centennial Matrix, you can see that's a little less. It's, a little bit less than half actually. 360, 300, 180, 100. And the Common Matrix is full of like smaller prizes, 120, 100, 60, 35, etc. And if we look at the reward rates here, this is, you start off with a Common Matrix and different paths can have these different rewards. So, this path has 100, this path has 60, this path has the 35. So like I said, my board is actually a pretty good board for the Common Matrix. And then we look at the Centennial Matrix, and there's your grand prize is 360. And then you can see that you have, the different paths have these different odds of getting the different prizes. So, you know, again, if you end up with a board with a lot of the coins, you know, like it's kind of worth playing the whole thing anyways, because you can get a lot of coins from the board itself. And for every path you unlock, then you're going to max out the chance of it converting to the next matrix. Then the Millennial Matrix, it's almost like everything is a grand prize, because we've got like, look at this, 250 coins in path 1, 480 coins in path 2, 760 coins in path 3, and then the grand prize of 900. So if this plays out the way I think, I think it's going to play out the way I said, because it wouldn't make sense, because you need to get all 10 to get the 20% maximum probability. So I think it's going to play out exactly the way I said. So before we play it though, so I think essentially if I used Gemini because I didn't want to do the math myself to do some, you know, estimations, and it, like, what's going to happen is you're going to get like the first couple numbers in a row, you're going to get within like 15 or 20 boxes opening. But to actually complete a row is going to be progressively harder and harder and harder, until you get to the point where, like, to be able to get like 3 rows entirely, or it depends on how many you get, like to get, you're going to have to, pretty soon you're going to have to open up like 44 boxes on average to get everything unlocked that you want. Well, that's, you know, that's almost 50 boxes for all 50 numbers. So you might as well just try to clear out the board, because you're already there. It's only a few more. And the only optimization we can make, I think, is that last one I said on the very last millennial, on the big grand prize. There's no benefit to clearing the board then, other than if there's coins on the board. So my strategy for that one, again, will be to clear out all the coins on the board. So before we start playing though, let's do one more thing for spending. I'm going to go into the Ode to Spring here, and I'm going to buy myself a bunch of boxes. So it looks like if they scale right, it's 15 per dollar, 15 boxes per dollar. Whoa, look at what they did. So that was 50 for 5. So now we're down to 10 boxes per dollar. And this is 9 boxes per dollar. And there's a daily limit on these. So that means that this pack is going to come back every day, and I'm going to be able to buy it more. So what I'm going to have to do a little bit is see, and now we get, you know, so now we get 8 boxes per dollar. It's like going down and down and down. So and the value is going down and down and down. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy this up to the $20 amount each day, but I don't know. Let's see, how many days do we have? I don't know if I'm going to want to go to the 50. It's going to depend on the rate. So I'm going to have to do, so yeah, this is, let me claim the top off benefits since I've done that already. So this is a 7-day event, including today. So 7 days is quite a bit. So hopefully the $20 mark will be enough, but let me see what the odds end up looking like. Let me see how many, you know, these coins I can get per day playing up to the $20 mark. And then I'm going to, you know, reassess what I want to be able to spend per day. I might have to do that off camera. I might have to buy the $50 pack off camera, but I don't want to be spending $50 a day up to the $50 mark for 7 days. That's quite a bit of money on this one event. So I think probably $20 a day on this event, up to the $20 mark per day on this event, is going to be the sweet spot to kind of like get the most efficient bang for the buck. So let's give this a shot. Let's try how many, let's see. So we can do 5 boxes at a time here. Let's see what happens. All right. So I got 4 out of those. Only got 3 out of those. See, what's happening is those numbers aren't on the board. Only 1. This is 20 boxes opened. This is 25 boxes opened. This is 30 boxes opened. $35, if I'm doing my counting right. All right, so now I've unlocked the grand prize, but I have not picked up all my coins yet. And we're at the point now where, like, you might as well finish it off. Because I'm getting those coins. Nothing. So it gets progressively worse. Oh, this is, oh no, I'm only opening up one box at a time, that's why. There we go. All right, got the 6. So I lost count, but it wasn't all 50. It was pretty darn close though. So as far as luck goes, that wasn't the best lucky run, but I can grab this claim. And look at this, it's a new event. I completely forgot to consider this, but these are actually the path rewards. Let's see how the verbiage they use here. Each horizontal or vertical illuminated sequence of tiles earns a path reward. Obtain 3 path rewards to obtain the round's grand prize. So these are path rewards as they describe them, or the verbiage is kind of confusing, which is why I got confused, but a lot of times they call these path rewards as well. So this is like the number of path rewards you received unlocks another chest. So this is actually a critical piece of the component. Everything I just said is still true, but the number that you're going to need to get these different amounts of coins is going to change quite a bit now, because really the goal is going to be to get to this point here. So I want to be able to unlock. Now I can go away and do some math on, how many rounds is it going to take to unlock 800 paths, because that's really what you want to get to. You want to unlock 800 paths to get to the 10K fantasy coins. And I think actually I could probably calculate it actually. Let's see. All right, so if we do 800 paths that we need to unlock, so these horizontal and vertical paths we need to unlock by 44 boxes on average to unlock the board using my strategy. So this is kind of like a max worst case scenario. That's 35,200, but each one of those those 44 boxes are on average going to unlock 10 of the rows, and it's going to unlock the whole board, which is 10. So we divide that number by 10. That's 3,520 boxes in total you'll need, and there's 7 days in this event. So it's roughly you're going to need 500 boxes per day for this event. So I think the level of spending I just did happens to be just about right, unless you really want to go overboard and get a whole bunch more. But we're going to see how much I get. I mean, all that's going to guarantee me is these path rewards. So what is that? 10, 15, 13, 50, whatever that is. So 3,000. Oh, so 10, let's see, 10, 15, plus 3,000, 18,000, 19,000. So 19,000 tokens right there, 19,000 coins just from that. Not to mention the ones you'll get from the other matrix. So that's probably enough to get the city skin. And if we do the math on the packs, that's looking to be around $259 if I did my math right. If you just go to the $19 amount each day, that's enough to get. I think that's going to end up being enough to get the city skin, if depending on your luck, and maybe even some more. So if that's true, if I did that math right, and we'll see how the rest of the stuff works out. I got 1,000 of the coins already, so we'll see how this works out. All right, I got the upgrade. I got the Centennial Matrix upgrade. So now this is an even better board. So now we'll open up 5 more. Five, 10, I think this is 15, right? 5, 10, 15. 20. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, that was 47. 48, 49? Really? I did my math wrong. Either that or that was 50. I had to go all the way to the end for that one. All right. So now we look, path rewards are at 20 now because I unlocked those. I'll grab that. And now let's see if I get The big prize. Yes. Got the upgrade to the Millennial Matrix. All right. Now we're talking. But look at this board now. This board, there are so many coins. Just look at this. There are so many coins on this board. This board, I might as well, because check this out. In order to get all these vertical rows, I'm going to have to get all these numbers, and that's definitely worth it. And if I've got all those numbers, and then I want to get these two numbers, right? That's only 2 more to get those. Now, strictly speaking, I can stop. If I end up magically getting these and just not like missing some of these numbers, then I can stop because there's not a huge benefit to getting these prizes. The ones I really want is the coins. So let's see what happens. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, all right, 30, 35, 40, 45. All right, so here's the condition I was talking about, but it's not exactly. I need the number 44, and I need it to get that 480 coins. So I might as well finish it off because I didn't get all the coins, and it's definitely worth it at this point. I think that's 46. 47. All right. Now, I didn't have to go that far, but if I unlocked all the coins before, I would have stopped sooner. So we'll grab that grand prize. Nice. I had some pretty good luck in this event so far. And grab the path rewards there, and then next round. Now, the next round is going to be common. It's just automatic reset to common. All right, and not too bad. I got a bunch of coins on the paths here. But again, at these lower rounds, it's all about unlocking everything. So that's because that's how you get a better chance at getting the upgrade. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. All right. Take those. And now, let's see if I can get lucky again. Can I get the Centennial upgrade? I did. All right, Centennial Matrix upgrade. Here we go. 5, 10. Man, that's not lucky. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, and I got them all. So I got it in 48 instead of 50. All right, grab that. And then let's see if we can get the upgrade to the Millennial. Nope, we got the common again. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 40. 45. 46, 47. 48, 49. And 50. All right, that took all tries. And unlocked the 1,000. All right, next round. Let's see if we can get the upgrade. Didn't get the upgrade. So now auto mode is unlocked. But I'm going to do them so I can count them. So let's see. 5, 10, 15. Actually, if we look at the remaining gift boxes right down here, we can see it's a little icon over here. Look at that. They even give you a breakdown of what you got and what you didn't. So I guess I can do auto mode. Well, let's see what that works, how that works. Oh, so auto mode will just keep on going. So they already do this strategy where your goal is to unlock the whole board by default. That took all the gift boxes. So my very first round was quite lucky to get that progression. I'm glad I was able to do that on camera. What I really want to see is the board being completed with the remaining gift boxes. That means I got lucky. And so far, it's like taking almost all the boxes every time. There we go. One gift box left. So that only took 49 opens. Now, on average, every 5 times you get a common matrix, you should get an upgrade to a centennial. All right, 49. So I think this is my 5th one. If the game has a pity reward like I've seen in other things, then maybe the next one will be guaranteed to be the Centennial upgrade. We'll see. Maybe this one is completely random with no pity reward. We're about to find out. Took 49 boxes again. No, well, if that was the 5th round, I think there's no pity. Just completely random. Wow. I got quite lucky on the opening sequence. I'm down to my last 15, so the auto mode said, well, better let him press the button now. Nice. Hey, all right. Still the common matrix. All right. Well, Oh, we got another 50 boxes, so I can open up another round. So it's taking more like... Oh, this is actually pretty lucky. If I can get that last one sooner. Come on. No, I spoke too soon. Ah, that could have been lucky. But nope. Oh, come on. We're going to go right to the end. Almost. It's taking me more like 49 boxes on average to open up all paths, so... Let's see what happens with the next round. All right, we got the upgrade. We got the upgrade, but I got no boxes to use. So this is going to have to wait till tomorrow. I'll continue to do the missions here, the daily missions. Oh, I'm out of daily missions, so not going to get any more of those today. The Radiant Bazaar is now full of 11,000. Actually, if I can manage to repeat that luck every day, get 11,000 every day, that'd be quite a bit. We'll see if that luck continues or not. So that's kind of a fun event. I hope. Oh, unlock that. Okay. So it's kind of a fun event. We'll see how lucky I get, and if I'm able to get the, basically, ideally, it'd be nice to do a couple things. Ideally, it would be nice to get the Mithril. In order of priority, I think it would be Mithril, Island Decoration, Emote, City Skin. Just because the City Skin is, 2% troops attack. It's very expensive to get just 2% troops attack. There are some other things here that are nice as well, but I think it's going to end up being in that order right there. So we'll see how that luck turns out. I think I understand this game better. Hopefully my playing it helped you understand the game a little bit better. Between the path rewards we got coming up, we want to try to unlock those. And, if you go all the way to the 1,000, so if we did that instead, so if we say 1,000 divided by, it's actually taking more like 49 boxes per path, times 49. That's 49,000 divided by 10 because you get 10 paths per unlock. That's 4,900 boxes you would need, and divide that by 7 days. That's more like 700 boxes per day if you wanted to try to get all the way to that end. Again, depends on your luck, but as you saw for me, most opens took me all the way to 49 to get all of them unlocked. But I do think it's worth it because that's the only way you're going to unlock the additional matrix is by maxing out the path rewards, essentially. So that looks like the right play to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you guys think of this strategy, and tell me what you guys think of this game, and what you think about the rewards here, the prizes in the bazaar, in the Radiant Bazaar. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on this event. Now, I warned you this was going to be a long one, and so the last thing I'm going to do, because I do have some prestige spinner wheel picks, I believe I have enough to do some more tonight based on the spending that I did tonight. Let's take a look. Oh. No, that's not enough. That's not enough to do. I forgot that I just did it yesterday. I know I just recorded the content yesterday, but I forgot that I emptied it out yesterday. So through the course of this event, surely we'll get enough Prestige Spinner Wheel VIP points to do some more spins, and I'll save that for probably at the end of this Easter event, because this Easter event is going to take a bunch of the content in the next 7 days or so. So that's all I have for tonight, but if you want to follow along on this journey with me and see how the spending goes, see how that converts into power, or just hang out and give me some advice and tips, you got to do me a favor and give me a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.